This is B2L. B2L is a local college access network, and it's filled with Shedley, and it's filled with wonderful individuals such as Shedley Cassius, who's going to talk to you about finding that money, getting the bag. So I just want to make sure to shout out B2L. You can follow us on Instagram, Bridge to Life. We're here in Broward County, but again, we've partnered with our brothers and sisters in Miami and Palm Beach State because although we are three, we are one. One and three, get it? Okay, that's kind of a different reference. So make sure to follow us. We have great information. I'm going to stop talking. I could do this all day. Shedley, is a pleasure.
Hello, good evening. You are, man, you could have been anywhere else. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here with us. So we appreciate that. So what are we talking about today? What are we going to talk about? Let's talk about financial aid. Let's talk about that. I am Shedley Cassius Parther. I am part of the team that talks about that pretty much presents everything about college, career, and life readiness for your district, for you. Everybody here, this information is for you. All right, so let's talk. Before we even go on, I really want to make sure that I'm addressing everything that you have, whatever's on your mind about financial aid, whatever's on your mind about scholarships, whatever's on your mind about this process, please ask your questions. We want to know. I want to know. So I'm not talking and I'm going over something that you're not even, I didn't address your question. So please make sure anything to do with financial aid. And I know I have my team here. They're going to let me know what I haven't touched on because I want to make sure I'm answering all of your questions. Okay. So we're going to talk about that word, those words, financial aid. We're going to talk about the FAFSA, like Tron was saying. We're going to talk about where we find financial aid, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to prepare, okay? So, are we ready? Check out my avalanche here. Check out my wave of money, okay? When you're thinking of financial aid, this is the image I want you to think about. You're looking for a wave of money to cover you for everything. We can get money to pay for everything, okay? So what is financial aid? Can everybody hear me? Everybody cool? Everybody tapped into me? Plug into me right now. If you have a friend that's not on this line, call them, tell them to join because this is information that's going to take you all the way to graduation, all right? So financial aid, what is it? What is this thing called financial aid? When you hear financial aid, it is just that. It is aid financially. It's aid financially, any aid that you can receive from the federal government, from the state, from your institutional, meaning your college, your university, your technical program, and the community. Private businesses, company, big, small businesses have resources that they want to give you to help you pay for school, okay? So that's what financial aid is. So technically, and you know what? I can't even hear myself. So I'm going to take these off. Tron, I'm sorry. I like the look, but I'm getting rid of it. So financial aid, when we're talking about financial aid, you need to know that it's like almost impossible for you not to qualify, okay? Let's be very clear. It's almost impossible to not qualify, not be eligible for some form of aid. It's just too many. It's too many options for you to say, I don't qualify, okay? You can have a 2.0, you can have a 6.0, you can have a 3.0, you can be whatever, you can be a great writer, you could get money for that. It doesn't matter. There's so many different options that it's impossible for you not to qualify. So just know, when we're talking about that financial aid, it can come in many different forms from different sources, okay? Gift, self-help, need-based, merit-based. We need this money. You see the wave? We need the money to cover direct and indirect costs. Any indirect costs associated with you going to school. Let me explain, okay? So again, sources. We can get money, scholarship money. We're going to talk about that. Grants, another source of money. Work study, Tron just spoke about that. He's coming from the college. Work study money is another source of financial aid. Aid financially, and again, also student loans. Don't X that out. It's all about education and knowing all about loans. Don't be like me. I know a lot of my colleagues are on this line, and we pretty much didn't know what we were doing when we went to college, but that's not you. That's not you. Everybody else that's talking about so badly about student loans, as long as you can educate yourself on how it works, it may be your saving grace for you to matriculate to your college and graduate, okay? So I don't want you to X that out. These are all the sources of financial aid that you have access to, okay? So, all right, okay, now we're getting involved, okay? Cost of attendance. Why are we even talking about this? Why? Okay, you have so many different options, but please understand, just as quick as you can respond to the question, what schools are you applying to? What schools are you considering? What does this school stand for? What does FAU stand for? What does Broward, BC stand for? Just as quick as you can answer that, I need you to know how much it costs to go to that college, okay? So let's say you want to go to University of Florida. How much does it cost to go there? What is the cost? It's more than, when you Google it, the tuition. It's more than the books, okay? It costs for you to actually attend. So we're talking tuition, fees, books, supplies, room and board, transportation. You have to get there. You have to get to college, whether you stay home or not, okay? Whether you stay home or not, you still have to get there. Even if you're virtual, okay? You still need a computer to get there, all right? And there's an expense to that. There's a fee for that. Other expenses like food, you have to eat. You forget, you still have to live. You still have to eat to go to school. So all of these expenses is part of the cost to attend a college. So just as quick as you can say the college name that you want to attend or want to apply to, I need you to know just as quick as much as what it costs. I need you to know the cost of attendance. That's what that means, the cost to attend that particular school, okay? And there's different types of cost of attendance because one is virtual, one is not. So you wanna look at that as well, all right? So now we know why we're even talking about financial aid, all right? It's to cover all these costs. So unless you can write out, pay for everything and you're balling out of control, I still want you to seek financial aid because you know why? It's your money. It's your money, especially when it's federal or state money. That has a lot to do with taxes that we pay. So it's your money. You claim that money. So please, we're going to get this done. Cost of attendance is a must to know about. Now, the number one application, and I know you've heard about it, Tron mentioned it, your school is bragging about it. It opened October 1st. The free application for federal student aid is the first application that you do to determine how much you're eligible for. Whether you qualify or are eligible for a Pell Grant or not, this is the gateway to everything else. I've even had situations, and mind you, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not a newbie to this. I'm not a newbie. I've been around for about 15 years in this space. I've been doing FAFSA financial aid scholarships for about 15 years. This is not new. I'm trying to tell you, and I'm not preaching, I'm just preaching. Okay, I'm trying to let you guys know this is the gateway. I've had situations with students that don't qualify for Pell Grant and their scholarships in place based off of them not qualifying. Hello, my parents make too much money. Okay, we have a scholarship for that. You don't qualify? Okay, there's a scholarship for that. My parents don't work. Okay, good. Did you do your FAFSA? Great. We have a scholarship for that. Okay, so when we say the FAFSA, the free, and it's free, Don't get it confused. There's no other word for that F. Free application for federal student aid. It is free. And we say for you to apply, this is a priority. If you're a 9th grader, 10th grader, 11th grader, put it in your mind. This is something I'm doing senior year. Even the juniors on here, I did see the question asked, if I'm a junior, can I apply? 100% yes, you can. You know why? Because this FAFSA will cover your summer of your when you graduate. So the summer after graduation, you will be covered for the under the FAFSA. Okay, so definitely the answer is yes. How important is this? It's so important that we're partying 4 times this month. We already had a party last week where we did a FAFSA. We applied, we did the FAFSA together. We had so many students on there applying for the FAFSA. We're partying again tomorrow. We have so many volunteers here to help you apply. So tomorrow, catch us 6:30 for your FAFSA night. Log on, we're doing it live. We're gonna walk you through the FAFSA, okay? That's how important it is. So what do you do to even complete the application? We're gonna gather your information. What information do you need? I'm not gonna go through everything, but you could take a screenshot of this or take a picture. We need your date of birth. We need your social security, and more so your social security card, because a lot of the times you're putting in the name that you're more, that you're used to. You've been writing your name all your life. However, you don't understand how many times we come across people that write or students that write their name differently than what's on their social security card. That is a big deal. Big deal. It must match, because there's checkpoints when you're applying. After you apply, it goes through different checkpoints like Social Security Administration, it goes through Homeland Security, it goes through all these checks just to make sure that you are who you are, because that money is taxpayers' money. And guess what? It's going to you. So they want to make sure that you are who you are, and then it's not going to anybody else. So of course they're going to want to check. So make sure all the information is accurate, okay? So another piece of information that we need is your parents' taxes. 2019 taxes is a necessity, okay, to do this application. However, not everybody has filed, maybe some are late. That's fine. Go ahead and do it with 2018. As long as you have your FSA ID, which is next. FSA ID. That's your electronic signature so that you sign the FAFSA at the end of your application. As long as you have that, it will automatically update when you do file 2009 taxes. Is that clear? I'm going to repeat that. If your parents do not have their 2019 taxes because they're a little late or whatever have you, whatever the reason is, you can just go ahead and update it with the 2018 taxes, and it will automatically update once you file, okay? Now, here's another point, and I hope you guys are staying with me. Guys, team, check the chat, please. Check the Q&A to make sure there's no questions, because I want to answer every single one of them. So, with this FAFSA, it has to be signed or completed by your parent. Who is your parent? Who is your parent? This is your biological parent, not adoptive parents, actually. Biological and adoptive. Or unless you are deemed ward of the state. If you are determined ward of the state, that is another parent title that you can use as your in your application. However, grandparents, foster parents, legal guardians, brother, sister, step parent, aunt, uncle, no, they do not complete this application unless they have adopted you. If they adopted you, then yes, and you have legal documents that they have adopted you, then yes, we're going with them. But if not, then no. There's a question on there and it will automatically send you into another status, okay? So make sure, because this is a game changer a lot of times, because it becomes a verification issue, and then you're gonna have to send documents and then you go back. So please know who your parents are, biological parents. We love those family members that take care of you also, but no, for the FAFSA, they are not considered parents unless they're biological, you're ward of the state or adoptive parents, okay? That is very important. So going back to that FSA ID, if you haven't completed that FSA ID, that's your electronic signature. Remember I said that. So you're gonna need one for you and one for your parent. One for you, one for your parent, not both, just one parent. If your parents are divorced, you select the parent that pretty much contributes 51% of their income to you, whoever you're dependent under, okay? Not taxes. This is not related to taxes. We're gonna go deep in here. This is too deep, but if you have specific questions or specific instances with divorced parents, please make sure you reach out and ask that question, or contact your Brace advisor or college advisor or CAP advisor, okay? So please make sure you ask about that, but it's only one parent. We don't need two parents with an FSA ID, one for you, one for your parent. Okay. Now you have the document, you have the FSA ID, now you're ready to apply, okay? And I'm not gonna go through every single page, but you wanna be familiar with the page. You're not applying unless it's .gov, okay? Don't go to a site that has .com, .edu, .us, it's .gov. A hint, government. Anything related to the government should be .gov. Anything else, you can forget it. It's a scandalous page. Scam. It shouldn't charge you. It shouldn't be. Some of them are even free and they're asking for your social, and at the end they're asking for a credit card. No bueno, no, pas bon. Okay, so don't make me break down into different languages. Okay, no good. .gov is what we're looking for to apply. All right, and it did come out October 1st. I said, Tron said that October of every year. Believe me, it's a long process, but you do it once, you will be good for next year. You'll just renew it every year because you want the money, right? Every year. You have at least 4 years if you're going to a university, 2 years if you're going to a local college, and even if it's 6 months to a year for a technical school, we want the money every year. All right, so it looks like this, but I'm not going to go into the whole application. I just want you to make sure when you're entering the information to make sure that you're looking at the student panel. There's a panel for student or a tag for student and a tag for parent. Make sure you're not entering the information in both places. Okay, so we're gonna skip over this. This is what it looks like. Make sure you're paying attention to parent and student. They're gonna ask you to sign it with the FSA ID. Make sure you have that. And this is what you're looking for. You don't stop. You don't stop until you see congratulations, okay? Even if you come across a roadblock, all right? You get to a roadblock, you pause, you ask for help. Ask somebody at your school, contact us. We are open to questions. We are open for any inquiries, but we want you to get to congratulations, because once you get to congratulations, guess what? You get to, that application goes to all the schools. Now we're in the running for that money that I'm talking about. So please, we're looking at congratulations. Don't let anything stop you. Ask your question so that you can get to this screen. All right, again, congratulations. This actually tells you on this screen, you get a SAR. It's really a confirmation, but it tells you if you're eligible for any Pell Grant, any loans, anything like that. It also gives you your expected family contribution, EFC, expected family contribution. Your college takes that number, plugs it into a formula, and now we know how much money you are eligible for. This is what we're looking for. This is what you're looking for. All right, remember, EFC. What's my EFC? How much is my EFC? Did you guys get my EFC? Get familiar with that term, expected family contribution. This is what the colleges use, okay? Until they get an EFC, they can do nothing with your information. It is like you didn't do it. Okay, they need an EFC to calculate how much financial need you are needed with, or however much financial need you need, okay? And don't be confused. Just because you're not eligible for Pell Grant, that doesn't mean you don't have a need. You can go to a school. Remember, the cost of attendance for maybe a public institution could be 25,000, okay? But your EFC here says that you have a expected contribution of maybe, I don't know, 20,000, okay? But there's a difference. So your college will take that information, plug it into a formula, and you may have a difference of maybe 4,000, 3,000, 5,000. You never know. But unless they get it and you show a need, you won't ever know. So this application is what determines how much need you actually have. Here's another application, okay? And I know I'm talking a lot about different applications, but I need you to make this a checklist, okay? So that's FSA ID, FAFSA. Now, what about this CSS profile? Have you guys heard of that? This is another, it's like a deeper dive into the FAFSA. Selective universities use this application to determine how much more scholarship money that they get. How do you think these schools get this money? They get it from the government, they get it from the state, and then they'll get it from local alumni. You know how many times my university has asked me for money? And of course I am, because they gave me money. They gave me a scholarship. Why not pay it forward? That's how it works. There's people that have graduated from the colleges that you want to go to that give back. They're doing well. They're very successful, and they want you to be successful. So they give money back. Imagine they graduate 500 people every year, okay? And those 500 people are giving 100, 1,000, 10,000, 20,000 just for you. So you not applying for this, you just leave it on the table. This is where it comes in. Thousands of dollars or millions of dollars are being left behind. It's because you don't apply. All right, so make sure you put this down, write this down. That's the CSS profile. So let's talk. Okay, so we talked about financial aid. Let's be clear. Financial aid is, remember, one of the sources of financial aid is a scholarship. So what is a scholarship? This is a financial award to support your education. Financial aid, it's the same thing, different word, okay? Financial aid is the umbrella, scholarship is one of the sources. So, question, when do you apply? I don't care what grade you're in. It doesn't matter. You could be on this call and be in 3rd grade. I'll just tell you to start now, okay? Because my son, I have 2 kids in college and an 11-year-old who's downstairs doing his homework, okay? He's applying for scholarships as of last year. Okay, so please, when do you start applying? If you haven't started yet, you could start now. You can start now. You can start now. When? Not yesterday, not tomorrow. You start now. If you started yesterday, good. If you started yesterday, good. But if you haven't, you start now. We could give you so many different scholarship sites that you can get started. It's ridiculous. So please start now. This should be in your everyday language, everyday thought. How do I get paid to go to school? We want to get paid to go to school. How do we do that? Scholarship money. All right. So where do we find scholarship money, and how am I doing on time? Because I'm just going. So much information. Please let me know when you want me to stop. I don't mind to stop and answer questions. All right. So where do we find scholarships? Where? You can find it at your school. Please reach out to your school counselor, reach out to your brace advisor, reach out to your college advisor, reach out. Go to Naviance. If you're in Broward County, we have a platform called Naviance. If you're in Palm Beach County, reach out to your school. If you're in Dade, reach out to your school. There's plenty of community partnerships that partner with your school and want to give you that money. But you have to find out how much it is, and not even how much it is. It doesn't even matter whether it's $20 or $20,000, but find out what it takes to qualify, okay? A good tip is actually to tap into last year's senior awards, get a list of all those scholarships, and find out who's awarding students at your school. They're already awarding the students from the previous year. Why not your year? Why not? But you won't know unless you tap into it. Clubs, a lot of different clubs at your school offer scholarship money. A lot of affiliations to your club offer scholarship money. So please tap into that. This is a no-brainer. Tap into your schools, because that's the first point of contact that those scholarship programs actually reach out to. For Broward County, we have the Broward Education Foundation Scholarship. That's for all seniors. And in your respective district, you have your own foundation. So make sure you're tapping into that. All right, here's another tip. Locally, youth programs, your city, you know those programs that your parents say, oh, I need you guys to still stay involved, but you don't want to? Okay, well, those youth programs offer scholarship money. So make sure you're tapping into that. It's not too late, especially if you're in 9th, 10th, 11th grade. There's no reason. Let's get started. Even if they're virtual, stay involved, stay in touch. It's all about relationship. Okay, here's the biggest one. Your city. If you don't know if your city offers a scholarship, you need to tell them to start one. Okay, so because most cities have a scholarship or they're affiliated with one. Make the call. I live in city of blank. Do you guys have a scholarship? No, that's a great idea though. Great, can we start one? Can I be the first applicant? Get it started, but more than likely your city has a scholarship or they're affiliated with one. Banks. Where do you bank? Where do your parents bank? I bank at Bank of America, Wells Fargo. I mean, like even the city credit union has a scholarship. So wherever you're banking, tap into that. Come on, you're just leaving money on the table. If you don't know where to find scholarships, use what's around you. What do you use and pay anyway? Your parents pay fees for their bank account. They get what? A small return? We're not even going to go there. Use the information, the resources that are around you that you use daily. All right. Fraternities, sororities, they offer scholarships. That's what they live for. That's what they do. Community service. They raise money for you. Okay. It's going to go to somebody. It's going to go to someone. That money will go to someone. Why not you? Why can't it be you? There's enough to go around for you to tap into. Businesses, local businesses, now law offices are like up their hip to the scholarship game. I would really challenge you to contact a local law office that does not want to execute a scholarship program. I guarantee you reach out to at least 10, 1 in every 10 have a scholarship program, because it's just the hottest thing right now. It's hot, okay? It's hot. To offer scholarships for students and pay it forward, that's the hottest thing in the streets right now, okay? So if you don't want to tap into that, that's fine. Whoever wants to, the money is available for you. But I know you want to. After this presentation, I know you're going to be all about scholarship. Churches also have scholarship programs. If they don't have one, tell them to start one. Big deal. Tell them to start one, and you will be the first one to be the recipient. Who knows? All right, where else? Now, my favorite scholarship in the whole entire world, and I know you guys are going to have another presenter that is going to go deep into the scholarship, the Bright Future Scholarship. That is, if you're in Florida, it's non-negotiable. This is an application that you do. Whether you get it or not, you do it. This is an application that you do. It is free. It is funded by the Florida Lottery. It is funded by, you have access to it. Everybody in Florida that graduates from a Florida high school is eligible to apply. Okay, so the Florida Bright Future Scholarship is called, really, it's the Florida Financial Aid Application. So don't get it confused. There's the FAFSA and there's the FFAA. Those are two different applications. Okay, so you can tap into both funds, both pots of money. All right, so make sure you get those done as soon as possible. It's open now. If you're a senior, those are available right now. Other scholarships that are available for you that are big time have been around for years, ever since I've been doing this. Questbridge, Stamps, Gates, Jack Kent Cook, Microsoft, Dell. I didn't even put Dell on here. Dr. Pepper, Posse Foundation. I mean, There's scholarship programs out there that all you have to do is really take a few more time to tap into it, read the directions, find out what they need so that you can submit and possibly be eligible to be a recipient. Why not? Why not? It's like you leaving money on the table and just walking away. Just walking away. We don't want to do that. Not this time, not with this pandemic. No, nobody can afford that. Nobody. So please make sure that you're tapping in. For every single one of you on this line will qualify for some type of scholarships. There's some scholarships that don't even require a GPA. They don't require you to, they have so many different things that you can tap into that you might as well apply. Why not? All right. So here's the bigger one. Okay. And I've said it's a big deal in the past slides, but this is really the big deal. All right. So where else can you find scholarships? You're on social media anyway. You're on social media. Why aren't you searching for scholarships on social media? They're right there. I know my page has scholarships. I post all the time. All the time. There's some race advisors that have their own page. Your college advisors may have their own page. That other schools may have their own page. College Board Opportunity offers a scholarship. You get paid for everything you do. You get paid based off of your accomplishments. You get paid. Even ACT has a scholarship. They post on social media all the time. Start following people that will give you a return, okay? Be strategic about this, okay? Because you can win. You can win this game. You can, but start following people that'll give back to you. Start following people that will, or institutions that will give back to you, and you'll learn from them, especially if you have an opportunity to get a scholarship. So these are good scholarship programs that you can follow on social media. Raise.me is another scholarship program that everybody should do. They give you money just for getting an A. Okay, so please look into that. Again, your institutions, your colleges all have money, whether it's a college, university, technical college, even apprenticeship programs. That's where, for those of you who want to start working, they will pay you to come work for them and pay for your school. You have so many options. You have so many options. So please look into your options, make use of all the adults, all the professionals that are here to help you. We put these events on for you, so that we can help you see. We want to see you succeed. We want to see you. You are our future. You are the future. And I know you hear that all the time, but it's for real. Who else are we going to look back on? Like, we need you. So please, whatever we can do to help you, we want you to tap into the money, because we want you to start school, and we definitely want you to finish school. All right. So if you have any questions, please let me know. That's it for me. I hope I didn't take too much time, but we are excited. It's College and Career Month. FAFSA's out, applications are out, and colleges are extending their deadlines. It's like everything is going on. I know it's a lot, but you can make it happen. If you're 9th, 10th, 11th, you have so much to grab onto. Let's go, let's get it. That's all, folks. Let me know if you have any questions. Ask me anything.
Shedley, this is Carol. We just want to make sure that we can go back to tomorrow's or moving forward FAFSA presentations that we have. I think a lot of people still need some clarity.
Oh, okay, sure. As far as the FAFSA nights?
Correct. I think we're going to have even more people attending, because I think we have a lot of people that need, if you can make that, yep. So everybody, as you can see, we have one tomorrow, we have one the 27th and the 29th. If you still are having, FAFSA related questions, you're more than happy to join us in these virtual.
Join us. The presentation's not over, guys. I think there's another presenter, so don't leave just yet.
I think some of the questions that are also coming in, Shedley, that I think you mentioned is people are asking about different scholarships. And like Ms. Shedley said, there are scholarships for everything out there, you know, for being left-handed, for going to a Marine program. So again, all of these questions that are coming in the chat now, can I get a scholarship for X, Y? Yes, 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 yes. And you can expand on that a little bit, Ms. Shedley.
Definitely. So the specific questions are where or how. Because if it's a how, each scholarship programs have their own process. So some will ask you to do an electronic application. Some, it's just like you applying for a job. It's just a matter of identifying which job to apply for. But in this case, we're applying for scholarship. So it's about identifying which scholarship program you're going to apply for. So I gave you a few different suggestions. For example, your local organizations, your local fraternities, your local sororities, just as an example, you can find out, go on their website, look under scholarships and see how to apply. The easiest way, actually, the easiest way to apply for scholarships is through that FAFSA, 1, and 2, to go to your school. Go to your school's website, not high school, the college that you want to attend. You go to that page, you go under financial aid, you go under scholarships. For example, Broward College has a whole scholarship page. All you have to do is apply, and you're considered, okay? So you make use of what's there. Sometimes it's right in front of your face and you're not looking at it, okay? So you can go onto your college's website, go to financial aid, look into scholarship. This scholarship process is not as easy as I'm speaking. Like, it's not as easy, it's not easier, it's easier said than done. Okay, it's easier said than done. You have to put in the work. There's research behind it, because I can tell you, I can name different scholarships, but that doesn't mean you're eligible for them. So it depends. Your GPA, is it your talent? Is it your nationality? Is your religion? Is it, if there's so many different things, is it your favorite color? There's a scholarship for those that are visually impaired. Visually impaired, that means you need glasses. All you need to do, I had a student win $2,500 just by showing proof that they get prescription glasses. So, I mean, it depends on what it is. So this is where the research comes in. Find a source, 2 or 3, find 3 sources and tap into them and see which ones you may be eligible for and which one you identify with.
Perfect. So, thank you so much, Shedley. Thank you. We have lots of questions. We'll answer them in the chat. I believe we have to continue to move forward. We're just happy that you guys are engaged. So thank you guys all so much, because we're here for you.
Thank you. Bye, guys. I'll be here. So just message and put it in the question and answer, and I'll answer.